Good day, everyone. I am Ramek Jeff Madalara, and together with my um, teammate, Intelligence Kistoy, we are here on the subject of the number theory, which is M320 or the mathematics investigation project proposal. So our title is about the digit separation method, so an instructional strategy for computing the square of two-digit and the three-digit numbers. So as the background of this study, um, squaring numbers is foundational for algebra, geometry, and statistics, but standard algorithm is slow and error-prone when done manually. And also, students often understand the concept yet struggle with lengthy or monolithic computation, especially as digit count increases. This study reorganized existing algebraic identities into simpler, systematic instructional strategy rather than inventing new mathematics. So the goal is to improve the speed, reduce the error, and deepen conceptual understanding for both two-digit numbers and the three-digit numbers. So first of all, why is it matters? It uh, because it estimates and measures finance and engineering. It can be used in the estimation and the measurement. It can also be used in finance and engineering, confidence and measurement, and the foundation for the algebra. That's why because observation students know the concept, but lengthy implications still strip them up. So let us move to the research question and objectives. How can alternative instructional strategy improve the speed and accuracy and conceptual understanding of students in computing the square of two-digit and three-digit numbers? So first, our objective is to develop a systematic strategy for squaring the two-digit number, extend the strategy to the three-digit number, compare it with the conventional method on speed, accuracy, and ease, identify the mathematical patterns behind its effectiveness, verify accuracy against the standard square method, and lastly is to evaluate its effect on conceptual understanding and confidence. So here is for the body, we have the mathematical foundation. Since squaring the two-digit number is the sum of tens part of tens part. For example, we have 10a plus b squared. So in applying this, we will commonly use the method which is basically teach in the high school level, which is the FOIL method. But here, if we find the square of two-digit number, um, we used to have a tens digit, the one digit, and the hundred part, and the middle part, and the ones part. So this mathematical foundation is newly um, invented, pero siya, it is also part na invented but adaptive lang siya. So cunning identity is the seed for the entire strategy, separate compute and combine rather than one long multiplication. For example, we have 11 squared. But in Kaninga case, we have a different case, but it is more further explained later on. So here, for example, we have to find the square of 34. So in separate digit, we have the tens, the three tens, and the single digit, which is the 4. A for the tens and B for the ones. So for example, square of 34. So list the tens as the A, which is multiplied by 3, and the ones is 4. And then compute each part. H for the hundred parts, M for the middle, and O is for the ones part. Okay? So, um, since hundreds man is which is hundreds 3 squared, which is 900, and then the middle part, which is 20 times 3 times 4, which gives us 240, and then the ones part, which is 4 squared, is 16. So if we add the 900 plus 240 and then the 16, which gave us to 1106, which is if we find the square of 34, which will give us the answer of 1006. And since we have the inventions of trying the two-digit number, we will also try it into extending to the three-digit number. For example, a three-digit number is 10t plus c, which is the given t is the two-digit lead and the c is the ones digit. And since t squared reuse the same method, the strategy is recursive. So, for example, step A is to square t. So 13 here is equals to 10 times 1 plus 3, which gave us ang atlong A here is 1. 1 is and B also is 3. So, ito na 100 parts here is 100 is 1. Then in the middle part is 20 times 1 times 3, so gave us 60. And then the ones is the 3 squared, so 9. If we find square of 13, comparison na siya. So, 2 digit and 3 digit. So, 160 plus 9, which is gave us 169. So, the square root of 13 is 169. And then, if we try to find the square of 134 using t squared, so we find the 100 parts is 100 and then 169, which gave us to 16,900. In the middle part is 20 times 13 times 4. 13 times 4 to 134 given, which gave us to 1040. And then the ones part is 4, which is, if we square that is 16, so if we add all, we gave us to 7,906. So the square root of, the square root of 134 is 17,096. This is the example for the two-digit number, and this one is the three-digit number. And as for the methodology, the materials to be used are only the paper, notebooks, and then if you don't have, you can solve it manually, Microsoft Word or Excel or a textbook or any resources. You can use any resources or kind of general markers. So our procedure is to select the topic, squaring digit number as conditional or skill, review existing method like standard algorithm, mental math, algebraic entities. So the common method in finding the square root of two-digit number is to kanang tinamban style, which is expand na to expression. For example, 13 squared, 3 times 3, and then 3 times 1, and then 1 times 3, and then 69. Mas dugay siya, which is ang atong gihatag karon ng new idea which can be used further, and then also gitry pa na siya apply sa 3-digit number. Maka-develop also at procedure karon is to develop also a digit separation method and extend, we try to extend in 3-digit numbers. And 4 is to select varied test numbers like repeated digit, multiples of 0, and by 5 new numbers. So we are trying to test the numbers. For example, if it is repeated, isa ka may tabo. If you multiply by 10, isa may tabo. And ending by 5, isa may tabo. And then around numbers. And also solve each number with both the conventional method and the new method of the calculator. If we are trying to solve in this method, dapat natay accuracy. So we try to solve in this new method and then nila calculator if confirmation if our answer is correct, and organize results into comparison tables and conclusion. And as for the result, I mean, um, my other teammate will be discussing this, Mr. Kelly Jones Pistoy. And I think that's all for my part. Let us give the floor to you, presenter Mr. Kelly Jones.
I am Kelly Jones Kistoy and I will continue the report from this point forward. So for the results, this section shows the results obtained from applying the digit separation method to various 2-digit and 3-digit numbers. Each number was solved using both the conventional multiplication algorithm and the proposed digit separation method, and the results were verified using a scientific calculator. For this table, table 1, it represents or it presents the results for 2-digit numbers, while the table 2 presents the result for 3-digit numbers. So as shown in tables 1 and 2, the 1 is earlier and this is the table 2. The computed squares obtained through the digit separation method were consistent with the verified squares produced using a scientific calculator for all of the 16 numbers that are being tested, which includes both 2-digit and 3-digit cases. This consistency was visible and observed across all the numerical patterns that are being examined, including numbers with identical digits, numbers ending with 0, numbers ending in 5, and numbers near multiples of 10 or 100. From a structural perspective, numbers ending with 0, for example 40, 70, 400, 700, produce the simplest computations because of the middle and ones components reduced to 0. Thus, values that features repeating digits or ending in 5 similarly ease the cognitive load. Their uniform parameters simplify the mental multiplication required to solve the components, and notably, uh, practical execution revealed a distinct algorithmic advantage. Once the method was mastered, 3-digit squaring could be achieved by directly leveraging the pre-calculated 2-digit portion. Reusing the practice step significantly lower the necessity for new complex multiplication, and it offers a stark contrast to the dense and monolithic steps that are required by the conventional long algorithm. So, for the analysis and discussion, first is mathematically equivalent, meaning every tested number match the conventional method and calculator verification exactly, thus confirming the identity holds. Second, zero ending shortcut. When the ones digit is zero, the middle and ones terms vanish, leaving only the hundreds level term to compute. A third, recursive structure. A 3-digit square reuses the already computed square of its 2-digit base. Thus, the method scales naturally with place value. And fourth is speed is qualitative. Accuracy was fully verified, but no controlled time study with learners was conducted. Thus, speed gains remain an observation, and it isn't metric. So to conclude, this study evaluated the digit separation method as an alternative instructional strategy for squaring 2 and 3-digit numbers. As shown across all 16 test cases, the proposed method is consistent, yielding squares that is identical with results from both the conventional multiplication algorithm and a scientific calculator. This exact alignment confirms the validity of the method in a mathematical sense as an alternative approach that is reliable. Also, it demonstrates its core logic that scales predictably into 3-digit territory. The outcomes confirm that the study met the primary objectives. Thus, this work established that the method matches the conventional step-for-step algorithm in accuracy beyond successfully developing the two-digit strategy and improving it into three digits. Furthermore, it tracked down the underlying recursive relationships between digit lengths and verified their precision across diverse numerical patterns. Ultimately, the digit separation method offers a more structured and conceptually clear alternative to traditional squaring. By breaking the calculation down into easier and manageable place value components, it provides an adaptable system that expands naturally from two or to three digits without forcing the learner to switch to an entirely different procedural framework. Now, for the recommendations. Based on the outcomes gained from this investigation, the following steps are recommended for future research rather. Try to test the digit separation method in real classroom setting to gather empirical data that show how it affects the calculation speed, error frequencies, and ease of use of the students. And second, apply the method's recursive structure to even more larger values, such as four-digit numbers or even higher. Third, building a step-by-step student worksheet and visual aid that would clearly break down the hundreds, middle, and ones components of the calculation. Fourth, evaluate the effectiveness of the method when it is applied to daily mental math and approximation of numbers. And the last one, extend the foundational logic of the strategy to more complex arithmetic, such as cubing numbers or multiplying two entirely different multi-digit numbers. So that's it for our presentation. Again, this is Kelly Jones Kistoy together with Raymark J.F. Madulara. And this is our mathematics investigation project proposal for instructional strategy for computing the squares of two-digit and three-digit numbers that improves speed, reduces computational errors, or enhances conceptual understanding.